Have you ever felt like you're standing at the edge of a massive change, with nothing but a dream to hold on to? It's a feeling that's both terrifying and thrilling, isn't it? Today, I want to share a story about someone who embraced that feeling, who stared into the unknown with an empty suitcase and a heart full of hope. This is the story of Amelia. Just a few years ago, at 22, Amelia was standing in her small Boston apartment, having just graduated from college. The world was supposed to be her oyster, but all she felt was a sense of, what now? While many of her friends were settling into predictable career paths, Amelia felt a different pull. A pull towards the vibrant, chaotic, and endlessly ambitious energy of New York City. So, she made a decision that most people would call crazy. She packed a single, empty suitcase. 14 sites. No job offers lining her inbox. No network of influential contacts waiting to help her out. No prearranged apartment in a trendy neighborhood. All she had was this one powerful belief humming in her mind. I'll make something happen. Imagine that for a moment. Stepping onto a bus to one of the most competitive cities in the world with literally nothing but the clothes on your back and an empty bag. That empty suitcase wasn't a symbol of what she lacked. For Amelia, it was a blank canvas. It was a promise of all the things she was about to build, learn, and become. When she arrived in the city that never sleeps, the reality hit hard. New York is magical, but it's also demanding. The city doesn't just hand you your dreams. You have to fight for them, minute by minute, day by day. Amelia needed to survive, so she did what millions of dreamers before her have done. She got a job. She started waiting tables, juggling plates and orders, soaking in the city's relentless pace one customer at a time. Those long shifts were grueling, a fate en somme d'ailleurs. It would have been so easy to get stuck, to let the daily grind wear down her big ambitions. But Amelia never lost sight of why she came. Every dollar she earned wasn't just for rent. It was an investment in her future. She was buying herself time to find the door she was meant to walk through. And then she found a crack of light. An unpaid internship at a small media company. Unpaid. Let that sink in. She was already working a physically demanding job just to make ends meet. And now she was considering taking on more work for zero pay. Many people would have said, no way, that's exploitation. But Amelia saw it differently. She didn't see the lack of a paycheck. She saw an opportunity. She saw a classroom. She said yes. Her days became a whirlwind. She'd work late nights at the restaurant, then wake up early to rush to the media office. She was exhausted, running on caffeine and pure determination. But at the internship, she was alive. She absorbed everything like a sponge. She learned how to craft compelling stories, how to write content that grabbed people's attention, and how to edit videos to make them shine. She wasn't just doing the tasks she was given. She was studying the entire process. She asked questions. She stayed late, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. She watched the senior editors, learning their techniques and understanding their creative choices. She volunteered for every small project, no matter how insignificant it seemed. She was proving her value, not with words, but with her unwavering work ethic and her hunger to learn. Slowly but surely, her efforts started to pay off. The people at the company noticed her. They saw the passion in her eyes and the quality of her work. First, it was a small paid project. Tenanote. She started getting more responsibilities, moving from simple tasks to contributing creatively to bigger projects. She was no longer just the intern. She was becoming a vital part of the team. This whole transformation didn't happen overnight. It was long months, 18 months of balancing two jobs, of sacrificing social events, of pouring every ounce of her energy into her goal. There were moments of doubt, for sure. Moments where she wondered if she'd made a huge mistake, leaving the security of her old life behind. But then she'd look at that suitcase, still sitting in the corner of her tiny apartment, and she'd remember her promise to herself. It was a reminder to keep filling it, and then it happened. The culmination of all that hard work. A new position opened up, lead editor for a major educational YouTube channel the company was launching. They needed someone who understood the platform, who could tell a story, and who had the drive to build something from the ground up. They didn't have to look far. Amelia was the obvious choice. In just a year and a half, she had gone from a waitress with no media experience to leading a creative team on a significant project. She had done it. She had made something happen. Looking back on her journey, Amelia once shared something that has stuck with me ever since. She said, "An empty suitcase isn't a sign of lack. It's not about what you don't have. It's a reminder that you have the power to fill it with anything you choose." Think about that. How often do we look at our own empty suitcases, the things we haven't achieved yet, the skills we don't have, the connections we lack, and see them as limitations? We see the emptiness and feel discouraged. But Amelia's story teaches us to reframe that perspective. An empty space is an opportunity for creation. It's a blank page waiting for your story. It's an open field where you can plant the seeds of your future. What you choose to fill it with is entirely up to you. You can fill it with experience, with new skills, with relationships, with lessons learned from your failures and successes. Amelia's story isn't about becoming a media editor in New York. It's about the power of starting from scratch. It's a testament to the idea that you don't need a perfect plan or a loaded resume to begin. You just need a destination in mind and the courage to take the first step, even if that step is into a world you know nothing about. Her journey shows us that resilience isn't about never falling. It's about getting up one more time than you get knocked down. It's about taking the service job to fund the dream job. It's about seeing an unpaid internship not as a cost, but as an education you're willing to invest your time in. So I want to ask you, what is your empty suitcase? What is that area in your life that feels wide open, maybe even a little scary, but is full of potential? Is it a new career you want to pursue? A creative project you've been dreaming of starting? A new city you've been wanting to explore? What verity? I hope you look at not with fear, but with the same excitement and belief that Amelia had. See it as your blank canvas. See it as your invitation to build, to learn, and to grow. The journey might be long, and it will definitely be challenging. But the person you become in the process of filling that suitcase will be the greatest reward of all. You have the power to fill it with anything you choose. So, what are you waiting for? Thank you so much for watching, and for letting me share this incredible story with you today. If it resonated with you, I'd love it if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more stories that inspire and motivate. Let me know in the comments what you're planning to fill your empty suitcase with. I can't wait to read your stories. See you in the next video.